Hello, yeah, in this video, I will give an example on how to perform a repeated measures ANOVA in R. I want to acknowledge UCLA website here. This online resource is where this example is from. So first, let's ready in the demonstration data set. Using the R syntax they provided. Here is the syntax. So you can directly ready in the CSV file if it's located online somewhere. Okay. So, and you can see the data set is 24 rows and 4 columns. So we can actually print them out here. You can see there are 4 variables: ID, that's the subject ID, and we got a group, and then pulse, that's the dependent variable, and time, that's the time point. Okay. So if you think about the repeated measure ANOVA model, we have a dependent variable. Here is the pulse, that's the Y variable, and there should be 2 subscripts. So the subscript I is usually for the ID. So here ID is our the index for subjects. And then you have the repeated measures. Here's the time, that's the J. Okay, so the pulse, the dependent variable, is really indexed by I and J. So ID and then the time nested within ID. And the group is the factor, so like the experimental conditions we're going through. After that, let's take a look at the structure of this data set. Okay. You can see all the variables are integers here, so that's not what we need. In the ANOVA model, we need the variable, independent variable, to be all the factors. So we use this s.factor command to convert the ID, the group, and the time into factors. Look at structure of the data set. Now you can see pulse is still the interval of variables there. Okay, so to fit a repeated measure ANOVA, we still use the AOV function, but then the formula is pulse, that's the dependent variable. Tilde, now this is the time, so this is the kind of the J at each time point, and then you got the group, that is the experimental condition. And then you can put in an interaction time by group. And then to really take into account of the correlation in the repeated measures, we use the ID variable put into the error term. Okay. So this is the kind of the basic syntax to fit a repeated measure ANOVA model. Okay. So if we fit it, and here's the summary. And you can see it has the error ID for the output. That's really for testing if there's any group differences in the means, which is our primary hypothesis. There's also for the within subject, we get the time and time by group. Both are not significant here. Okay. So the conclusion would be there are group differences in the means for these repeated measures in pulse. Okay, and I think this is just a very, very bare-bone demonstration for fitting a minimal repeated measure ANOVA model in R. Repeated measure ANOVA models are really start getting into the repeated measure models or longitudinal models, or what we call multi-level models. So they get complicated very quickly. For example, here we don't even touch upon the post hoc testing. If we have more than 3 groups or more than 2 data points, we can perform post hoc tests, but it will require a lot more tools, so we're not going to touch upon that here. Also, we don't really get into the nonparametric repeated measure ANOVA, which is the Friedman's test. And we don't get into the two-way or more-way, multi-way repeated measure ANOVA. So any step beyond this simple one-way repeated measure ANOVA will become complicated exponentially. And also the repeated measure ANOVA is really kind of special case of the linear mixed effects model. Okay, so I hope this will serve as a good introduction, very simple introduction to repeated measure models. Thank you.